And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Periodic, a game of the elements. I was very excited about this game. Why? Is it because I love science? No, I'm kind of ambivalent about science. I think science is great, but it wasn't my favorite subject in school. But I'm excited about this because this is from Genius Games. And Genius Games takes science, a subject that is not many kids' favorite, but a game that is very important, a subject that's very important, and makes it into a game, and then makes it fun, and yet scientifically accurate. They've been doing this consistently, with each game seemingly getting better than the last. Well, this one is about the periodic table, which incidentally makes it the second game about the periodic table that I played. Doesn't mean it's good though. Let's see how it plays, and we'll come back. Players are trying to score the most points in this game, and they're going to be doing so mostly through these goal cards. There are different piles of goal cards that are separated by color/shape, and you're going to turn the top one face up, and then you're going to place a token that matches the color and shape of that in each of these. So you can see here that element number 35 and number 80, or Mercury, are going to have a green circle placed in them, and so you'll have various symbols placed across the board that are going to match these goal cards here. Each player is also going to have a flask of theirs on the board and a microscope that is on the outside placed on various groups, like these alkaline earth metals are going to be randomly placed around the board. On a player's turn, they're either going to take a pile of energy that's on one of these spots here and move according to whichever one they've done, or they're going to pay energy to one of them and multiples of them. So, for example, if I wanted to increase or decrease atomic number, I could take this off. Or I could increase or decrease the atomic number by putting an energy on it. And then I could also increase atomic radii by putting 2 energy on that. So you can take all the energy off one of them and do one action. Or you can pay 1 and then 2 for each successive action and do as many actions as you want. But obviously you'll run out of energy pretty quickly, so it's not unlimited. Now all of these are going to move your flask here on the board. Increasing or and each one lets you do it 5 times, or up to 5 times. So increase or decrease the atomic number, I could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3 if I wanted to. Or I could decrease it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because increasing and decreasing lets you go, just follow the numbers on the board, so it can even shoot you to the other side. The rest of these are just north, south, east, and west. So increase the atomic radii lets you move down or to the left. So here, this blue piece could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end his turn there. When you end your turn in one of these spots here, if you've not ended in that particular spot, so here blue ends in gold, blue then can take a cube of their color and put it on the matching card up here. So this is the purple one, so gold. And what you're trying to do is trying to be the first person to get a cube on all 3. So let's say blue manages to get on all 3 of these. Then blue is going to score this card. They're going to keep the card, which is worth 8 points in this particular case, and they also get this token here. This is a free trend where they're going to be able to do this trend, increase or decrease the atomic number for free in the future. This gives you some sort of bonus. This one gives you 2 energy. This one lets you move an extra 3 spaces. If someone else has a cube on one of these spots, they'll get a 3-point bonus, and if you have 2 cubes on it, you'll get a 5-point bonus. That's not as good as finishing the card, but at least you get some points. When a card is finished, it is removed. The new card is put out there, and then these tokens are going to be moved to the new spot. So here we have chlorine and rubidium and iodine, and I put those on those 3 spots, and players keep going. Now, you can only put a marker on a card if you end your movement there. So if blue was here, he couldn't go 1, 2, 3 like this and drop 1 in each. He could go 1 here, pay the energy for another move, and then drop a cube in that spot also. Finally, if you end your turn in a color group. So let's say it's green's turn. He's on the transitional metal cards here, and he wants to go to alkaline earth metals. So if the green flask manages to end his turn in one of those, then the microscope will move clockwise. After that, it will go to post-transition metals. It just moves clockwise, one at a time. If you end your turn in one of those spots, you get to move your microscope, and you get to move up on this science track down here, this academic track. At the end of the game, you're going to get points as far as you've moved up on this track. The game will end when there are 2 people in these last 2 spots, or when one of these piles of cards runs out. At that point, you're going to score points for the cards that you've gotten over the course of the game, plus any of these point tokens, plus where you are on this track, plus players at the beginning of the game will have objective card, and you will score points based on what your objective card might be. Like here, 5 points for each pair of purple and pink gold cards you've completed, plus 9 for each set of 3 gold cards of different difficulties you complete. So these are just worth various points, and these are extra ones you can get at the end of a game. That's it. Most points is the winner. As always, fantastic components. I love the coloring of these cubes. They're unique and different, and it's also very different than the coloring here, which shows you the different metals and the non-metals, and it tells you this information which you don't need to know, but it's just handy, the atomic mass of everything, and everything's in different colors, and the cards themselves, which by the way are very good quality, show you exactly where these are on the board. The gold cards are pretty easy to see, and I love how you don't need to remember where these things are, because you simply put these markers on the board, which are all a different color and different shape. Very high quality components of the game. The rule book, really nicely written, very easy to understand, and as with all these games, comes with the science behind, so you can learn about the table of elements and use it as an educational assistance to the game. Once again, Genius Games has done it. A wonderful marriage of both science and education and fun. It really is. The game is just about manipulating your piece across the board and spending energy or taking energy. The game is very simple in concept. What am I going to try to do? I'm trying to race for different gold cards. I'm trying to complete my objective card, and I'm trying to move my microscope around the track. It seems fairly well balanced. There's a little bit of tension back and forth as players try to outrace each other. I try to get to a spot before you do, and then land there and finish that gold card. But at the same time, it's not so mean. At least I get some points if someone else gets to the gold card first. And you learn things. I did not know, for example, that chlorine, rubidium, and iodine were named from color, but that's how they match together. And medical implants, titanium, cobalt, and tantalum. By the way, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing some of these elements. I don't know all of them. But you know what? This is good. Not only do you, if you were learning the periodic table in school, wouldn't this be a fun thing to do? Be like, oh yeah, I know where iron is, it's over here. I know where chlorine is, it's over here. And it's just, it's a neat, it's colorful, and it's easy. The game is easy, and at the same time manages to kick a little bit of knowledge into me while I'm playing. Maybe that's what they should put as the tagline. Kick some knowledge in your head while you play it. Because that's what it does, as all their games do. But the game itself is simple enough that I could teach it to almost anybody. And yet fulfilling enough that me, as a gamer who likes to play lots of different games, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Yes, at its core, it's just moving a piece around. But deciding when to take the energy and when to suddenly expend it and move a whole bunch of spots at one time, that's where the game is at. And then other than that, it's kind of a race to try to most efficiently move your piece. Now, I did find it slightly confusing a few times to when you're moving your piece left or right, jumping across the table here, which is legit, going from magnesium to aluminum. Technically, they're next to each other. That's a little confusing. I think the rulebook could have maybe explained that a little bit better. But other than that, this chart's pretty neat. You see all these things. Some of these spots are used more than others, and as the game goes by, you're going to get better at it. It's kind of like a level of complexity of Ticket to Ride. But hey, the periodic table of elements, ever since I've seen it, I thought it should be a game. It looks like a game board. And there already is a great game out there called Compound It, which I enjoy. But this is another one that I think is a lot of fun. And I really believe that if you play this often enough, it will help you remember where these elements are. So that's a win-win. Solid, fun, colorful, entertaining. That's periodic. Check it out. Dice Tower Judgment approved!
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.